Welcome back to the Jam.
With Brock and Dan.
I'm Brock,
And I'm Dan.
and this is the Jam.
With Brock and Dan.
Once again.
Back at it.
Again. Again and again and again.
Man, what's up, Brock? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, not too bad, you know.
How's your week been?
Pretty good. My legs hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Did that-
Oh,
I
you
did
still
the-
doing CrossFit?
I did the CrossFit thing again, and yeah, it hurts.
The Cross of Fit?
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah, dude. Pretty cool.
I'm actually stoked for you.
Yeah, I was
I'm
thinking,
proud of you.
I'm going to drag you out there one of these days, I think.
Run it, man. When
Hell
do
yeah.
you usually do it? After work?
Well, this week, I'll probably be there right now as you're watching this.
Oh, okay.
So I'll
okay.
probably do like, Mondays or Wednesdays and Saturday or whatever. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay.
Whenever I feel like going.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever my legs can handle it.
Yeah. Once I get some rest. I don't know. Mondays are like a bad day to do it because it's first day back to work.
I know. It's always that
I don't wanna
Mondays are
fucking
always
do
the
anything.
worst. They're always the worst to do stuff, especially after work. You're like, oh, I just want to go home.
Dude, for real. For real. Like as soon as you get to work, you're like, it's only 6 a.m. I got 8 more hours of this shit.
I wish I went in at 6 a.m.
Dude, yeah, you go in at what, like 4?
I wake up at 3:30. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I usually wake up 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Oh, do you?
But I don't go to work till like 6.
Oh, I gotta be there at 5.
Yeah, screw that.
5 to 3.
An hour and a half's not enough time to wake up. I don't care what anybody says.
No, it's really not.
No, like when I get up, I'm like, I want to like slowly wake up. Like ice melting. It's not going to melt instantly. It's just like gradual.
Right.
It's like, all right, now I'm ready.
Right. So I wanted to talk to you about what's been going on on this planet.
Yeah, dude. It seems like there's a lot going on.
A lot of fucked up shit, if you ask me.
Yeah.
A lot of weird. Here on the Jam with Brock and Dan, we love talking about conspiracies.
Yeah, we're no strangers to that.
Yeah, and we don't really trust everything we hear on the news or social media or anything else like that. So these plane crashes that have been going on, the one in DC with the helicopter, and the one in Philly.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, did you see the videos?
I saw all of the videos.
Yeah, dude. How are you just gonna run into a big ass
dude,
American Airlines plane, man?
That's kind of weird.
You can't see out of your fucking windshield?
Well, not only that, like, what's air traffic control doing?
They left early, apparently.
What? What the fuck? No, there's still planes flying. You still got to show up to work.
Yeah, dude. It's all
You
sorts of.
You ever watch Breaking Bad? You remember?
Yeah, I never finished it though.
Oh, do you remember like the air traffic controller guy? His daughter's Jesse's girlfriend, and like he
don't
made
know.
2 planes crash by accident when his daughter died of like an overdose or whatever.
I don't know.
Oh,
I must
well,
not have
yeah.
got that far.
Yeah, it's like like a side story thing. But yeah, he was so depressed about his daughter dying that he fucking caused airplanes to crash into each other.
Oh, damn.
That's why he kept seeing like the teddy bear in the pool at the beginning of every episode for whatever reason.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I wonder if it was like something like that.
It could have been, man.
Life imitating art.
I just think it was on purpose. I think both of them were.
Yeah.
I think it was deliberate.
See, all right, so I haven't seen as much about the helicopter and the airplane one, but like that one doesn't make sense to me at all. Well, neither does the other one. But I mean, anything could have caused, distraction or air traffic control, whatever.
Right.
But the one in Philadelphia, I watched the video of that. I don't know. Have you seen the video of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't really look like a plane.
I play Microsoft Flight Simulator, all right? So I know a thing or two about flying planes. Like literally just 1 or 2 things. And I don't know what the fuck would cause someone to go literally straight down. Like planes don't really do that. They don't really go straight down unless like it's deliberate.
Right.
And even then, like the angle of attack or whatever, like if you're going full force right there, your fucking wings would just snap off.
Yeah, dude, it doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it had to have been deliberate. You know what I mean?
My guess was like, oh, I wonder if like, the pilot lost airspeed or their engine failed or something like that. and instinctively they pulled back on the yoke,
Yeah.
and what that does, it's like it slows you down. It's like you don't want to slow down if your engines are failing. You want to fucking kind of nosedive a little bit and get air under your wings, and kind of glide.
Right.
I don't know, whatever people instinctively want to pull back for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's like you ain't going up, you're going down with no engine.
And that motherfucker was going fast.
Yeah, now it's like, where are you going to park it? And that makes me think it's like, if say it was like an engine failure or something like that. The pilot, I think it was a jet engine. You have to get like a certification to fly jets.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole different ball game.
Right. A whole different ballgame.
And I'd imagine whoever fucking was flying that plane went through a lot of training.
100%.
And it doesn't make sense that they would go straight down. They would, like, if there's like some kind of failure or something, they would gradually
glide down, right.
Unless they lost their wings. Because I didn't see any wings. It looked like a missile.
It looked like a fucking missile, didn't it? It didn't look like a plane.
No, yeah, exactly. And it was really, really fast.
Yeah.
Which, when you look up at the sky, like your perspective's different because like it's so far away, so it looks like it's going slower than it really is. But like, man, I don't know. It's kind of weird going straight down. Like I don't even know how you can get to that angle.
Yeah.
Unless they did it like fucking 2 miles in the sky. They did it.
Yeah.
Well, even more than that. It'd probably take more time to do that.
It just doesn't make any sense, man.
Because like you
really
can't
don't.
Say they're like 10,000 feet or whatever. I don't know. I'm not like a physicist or whatever the fuck, but like in my brain, I'm like, I don't know how that could work, because they would have so much time until like they got to the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. It's like if they fucking aggressively steered it down, all that air is going to fucking break those wings off.
Yeah.
The pressure.
And then maybe that's why it looked like a missile.
Yeah. The gravitational pull. Yeah. Maybe the wings fell off and it just.
Yeah. And it was just the fucking shaft.
Dude. Yeah. The shaft.
Yeah.
Dick jokes talking about tragedies.
No.
Did you see any of the video after it crashed?
No. I seen one of a dude yelling like Allah Akbar.
Oh, really? What the fuck?
Fucking weird.
That's a little sus.
I don't know if it was real or fake, but I don't know. It was.
All right. So anytime like someone talks about like, oh, Muslim extremists or whatever like that, or like kind of that shit gets thrown in there, always question it.
Always.
Because the military industrial complex, they want to go to war in the Middle East again. They need another 9/11 or something like that in order to do it.
Yep.
So like, always be weary of that shit.
Yeah. Which I am. That's why, I just kind of took that as a grain of salt. Like,
yeah.
But there was another video of this car stopping. It must have been like a dash cam. But you can see that
dude. Did you see the one of the guy like leaving someone's house?
Oh, yeah. It was on the ring cam.
Shit, yeah.
Dude, can you imagine being that? Like,
dude,
being that close?
Yeah, your first instinct's like, we just got hit with a fucking bomb.
We just got hit with a bomb. Right.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck just happened? It's just
crazy.
Insane, dude. It's wild.
And it's just weird that it happened in such a short amount of time that 2 plane crashes happened,
Yeah, man.
Because they're super rare. They're not, maybe small engine planes or single engine planes, like the
road, like
like
little
the hobbyists
ones. Yeah.
Like those planes. Yeah. Those, they have engine failures and shit and, they crash land, but people don't blow up that often.
No.
But like, that's pretty fucking serious.
And no one survived.
Yeah.
Both crashes.
I was told that the one in DC, the plane had like 60 some people on it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like 2 Russian ice skaters or something.
I want to know who else was on that plane.
Yeah. Just like the Titanic, there's happened to be a bunch of important people on that.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
And it just so happens they didn't see the iceberg.
Yeah. Barreling full speed.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Trying to break the record. Fucking people's egos get people killed.
There's no way for us to know the truth.
No.
But I will say that I don't believe anything I'm hearing. You get what I'm saying? I don't believe anything that we're hearing that like what caused it and blah blah blah. And I'm like, no. Who else was on that plane? What about that plane? Did a Black Hawk helicopter, a military helicopter, just run right into it.
Yeah, DC is probably the one of the most fucking controlled airspaces in the entire world.
But it is a very small airspace, too.
Yeah, exactly. But you think they would have that shit under control, especially since, every, powerful person in government's there.
Right?
So like that
You
that
get what
doesn't
I'm
make
saying?
sense.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. The glove don't fit. We must have quit. Chewbacca is a Wookiee.
Oh my god.
Ewoks are from Endor.
Yeah, but
It doesn't make sense.
It really don't.
The Chewbacca defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like that doesn't make sense at all.
Sometimes I just think like, wow, we are really seeing things happening on purpose.
Too fast.
And now we know. Our eyes are a little open to the things that are happening behind the scenes because we question everything.
Yeah.
This is why we tell you guys, our viewers and our listeners, like, question everything. Don't believe everything you see or hear because 90% of it is not true.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Dude, and
Like if you are flying a military Black Hawk helicopter. I think it was a Black Hawk, right?
yeah.
You have to be trained.
Yeah.
Like
It's not like any fucking, amateur pilot can go up
exactly.
and fly
They
one
don't
of
let
those
no
fucking
one
things.
fly those things. They don't let anyone just fly those.
And helicopters is a whole different thing too.
Whole
It's
nother
completely
ballgame.
different than planes.
Yep. And like you can see it. Like the video, you see it just go right into the plane.
Yeah.
Now come on.
Yeah, it's a little too convenient if there was important people on.
And
there.
I'm not gonna lie. Well, you know this. A helicopter is a lot more. It's a lot easier to turn. Like, not easier.
It's a little more
I should say, but,
agile.
like quicker. It can
Yeah.
turn. It can maneuver a lot quicker than a big ass
Oh yeah,
American Airlines
and
plane.
a lot less space. So
Yeah.
like, if it like I don't know was the pilot like fucking on their phone or something, like that's literally the only explanation.
No.
Well, no, the only explanation is like they deliberately did it, or they're completely distracted. Air traffic control was down to. They didn't tell them like, "Hey, you're in the same altitude," because they know how high you are, how fast you're going.
100%.
I can get on my phone and see all the planes in the country, in the fucking world.
Yeah.
I can see how high they are, how fast they're going, where they're coming from, where they're going.
Right.
It's all like pre-planned shit, so it doesn't make any sense.
It don't.
Anytime something goes in the air, there's a plan. There's a thing called a flight plan. You can't even fucking take off
Until
before-
they give you that go ahead.
Yeah, so like, all right, cool, because they're referencing your flight plan with all the other fucking air traffic or in the area,
Yep.
and like, there's no way that could ever happen unless it's deliberate or someone's completely fucking stupid.
But why would you let someone that doesn't have a fucking brain fly a helicopter in
Exactly.
the military?
And
That's
that's-
not okay. That's not allowed.
And that's where like
They won't even let you in the military if you have bad eyesight.
Yeah, I know,
You
dude.
get what I'm saying? Especially
Yeah.
being a pilot? No way.
Like you got to you're bow-legged or something. They're not even gonna let you in. And it's like, dude, like I had asthma. Well, I think I still kind of do, but like even that wouldn't.
You want to smoke a doobie?
But even that, I think that's like a disqualifier.
Oh, 100%.
So like, people are mad about whatever changes to military standards. It's like, dude,
And I'm almost
your average person can't get in the fucking military.
And I'm almost positive that you can't even have your phones if you're flying a Black Hawk helicopter.
Hell no.
And what they're saying, it was a training exercise. Why the fuck are you training it?
Training for a fucking collision
at night?
Yeah.
First of all, at night. I mean, I get it. Nighttime, whatever. Special ops shit. But like, no, this doesn't make any sense. To just
blows
fly
my mind.
right into a big ass. That plane was 3 times as big as that Black Hawk.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that they didn't see it?
And dude,
All the lights were flashing.
and it's not only that, like, so what is it? I forget what it's called. Like VFR, visual flight rules. Like most of your like hobbyist pilots and shit will use VFR. That's where they use their sight as well as their instruments. So,
Right.
like, then there's another thing called IFR, which is instrument flight rating. That means like your windows are useless because it's fucking foggy or cloudy or whatever. You don't even know what's outside your plane. You're just using your instruments and whatever air traffic control's telling you. They're blind. And it's a whole other rating. And that, like Kobe Bryant and shit.
Well, if we could see it from a fucking camera miles away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So they might have been, probably a mixture of both or whatever. But whatever, I don't know. But I'm just kind of giving you a reference like, hey, there's two different kinds of flying.
Right. Which I understand.
I'd imagine, flying a helicopter is like VFR for you using your eyesight. I mean, you got a big panoramic thing and it's I don't know. But like, like Kobe Bryant died in the helicopter crash.
Mm-hmm.
They went into a fucking like cloudy area. And I think maybe, I don't know if this is true. I think maybe the pilot was only like rated for VFR and didn't have an instrument rating. So he couldn't see anything, flew into a fucking mountain, Damn. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's the case. I don't know. I could be wrong. But like, shit like that could happen. But that doesn't explain how it was nice outside and you could see far.
Yeah. It
like
was
your vision was good and there's lights and it's the most controlled fucking airspace and probably outside Area 51,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. This shit don't make no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. And I think there's something more to it. I can't speculate on what that is, but
yeah, there's definitely more to the story that we're not being told, that we won't ever be told.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part.
Just like I'm convinced there was not a plane that hit the Pentagon on 9/11.
That wasn't a fucking plane.
That was not a plane.
That was not a plane. The wings, you couldn't even see the wings. The wings were
to
nowhere
be
found.
It looks like a cruise missile hit.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, was it the day before 9/11? This is totally, we're sidetracking here. Like the day before 9/11, like the Pentagon's like, hey, we lost track of like $2 trillion or $4 trillion. We don't know what happened to it.
Just so happened
the plane hit the fucking the part where it had all the documentation for that. How convenient.
How convenient.
Well, we gotta forget about it.
Oh, and now we got to go to war with the Middle East.
Yeah, and how the fuck do you like lose that much money anyway?
Because they're all crooks.
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
They're all fucking crooks, man. I'll say that right now.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Everybody that works for the fucking government is a crook.
Oh yeah, dude. One thing like I know we're not a political show or whatever, but we sometimes talk about political issues.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of deportations going on right now.
Yeah, dude. ICE was here.
Really?
In our hometown.
At your house?
No, not in my house.
They're coming for you.
No, we have a friend. I won't mention her name or anything, but she works for one of the community buildings.
Yeah.
And she was telling us last night that like they were at her job.
Damn.
Like just kind of scoping the place out.
Yeah.
And I guess they had to do like drills for when ICE came in.
Yeah.
Shit's getting serious, man.
And like
Trump ain't playing no.
Yeah,
I mean, playing around.
And that's what people voted for. They wanted deportations.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I know I see both sides of it. Obviously.
Yeah.
There's the compassion side, like, hey, these are human beings, and there's the other side. It's like, hey, they committed a crime coming here. Like they broke the law when they came in here illegally.
Right.
And like,
and I can see both sides too. Like, we're giving them our tax dollars just to survive.
Yeah, and
they're not
housing prices go up.
Yep.
I mean, we know how that is. You just bought a house.
Yeah.
Like, you're competing with a bunch of other people that aren't technically supposed to be here.
Right. Yeah. Now, and I can see why people would want to come here because, America is the land of the free, so they say.
Yeah.
But, they all have their dreams and aspirations to come here. But man, like, you could have went about it the right way.
Yeah. I mean,
it's, you know what I mean?
But I mean, immigration's been a big thing since the 60s. Like it's been a problem,
It's been a problem.
Illegal
for
immigration
decades.
Anyway. And like it's always a campaign topic. Oh, we're take care of immigration. Well, now someone's in a position to do it and they're like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. We're actually going to do it. It's not going to be like a campaign thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think people are a little shocked.
Oh, 100%, man. There's so many celebrities like online, like,
well, I'm leaving. And then, what's funny about that is like the United States is like one of the, I think it is like one of, if not the only country in the world that has like birthright citizenship.
What do you mean? Like if you were
That's-
born here?
That's like, hey, you're a Mexican citizen. You're pregnant. You come to the United States and your baby's born here. It's automatically an American citizen.
No, because Trump took that away.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
But
the United States is like literally, if it's one of the few, or if not the only country in the world that has that.
Really?
So like, the people are all up in arms about it. It's like, look, I mean, everybody else doesn't do it,
right.
you know?
Dude,
Like, it's kind of weird, like something to like really think about. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, what makes an American citizen? Do you know? I don't know. What is an American?
dude, you just stumped me. Yeah,
Because like,
know.
what defines a person? Like, you go to England, you know what an English person is.
Well, do we?
Yeah.
Just because of their accent?
No, their accent and like, oh, you think of the king, the queen, those type of people living in the castle or whatever.
Right,
They have
right.
like an identity.
Okay.
When you come to the United States, you're like, well, it just looks like a big like international market.
It just looks like a big ass cesspool.
Yeah, it's like, everybody's here,
Yeah, literally
and
everybody.
that's why I believe that the United States hasn't been a country for a long time, and it's just been an economic zone.
Man, now you're going
Because like
down
countries have like identities. You know what I mean?
yeah. You're,
Like
you're,
know what a Chinese person is.
right, because of their culture.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like
their culture, right? And over here, we just have
it's just like, I don't know,
a shit ton of cultures.
hamburgers. Like hot dogs.
Hot
It's
dog?
weird. Like, I think America's in an identity crisis,
That's something to definitely think about.
and a lot of people are saying like, oh, well, Balkanization they call it. Over in like Serbia, all that shit, that region of the world.
Yeah,
I guess they would always have like, ethnic tensions, all those people. And it was like really bloody. Like, they're always fighting with each other, Muslims, Christians, all this shit.
right.
Well, it's called the Balkans, but they're fighting each other forever. And somehow it got resolved. I'm not really like, I know a lot about European conflicts, not so much about this, like Macedonia, Serbia, all that shit.
Yeah.
Albania. Well, all they did was like, all right, we're going to divvy up the land, and everybody has their own, region.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called the Balkan states. But yeah, people are saying, oh, well, we need to do that here. Because, everybody's always fighting with each other or whatever.
Right.
But then it comes a question, well, who's entitled to what land? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's just, man, dude, when you say it like that, it's kind of like, whoa,
Yeah.
kind of another eye opener,
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird shit I think about.
Right. I mean, dude, I'm right there with you. I think about weird shit all the time. Like this whole thing that Trump's doing. I'm sure you guys have heard it by now. He's stopping the what was it? We were just looking it up.
The DEI shit
Yeah.
in like federal buildings or government jobs or agencies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're
That's-
no longer going to celebrate like Juneteenth or whatever.
Well, I think that one was safe, but like Black History Month.
Yeah. Which we were in Black History Month.
Yeah. What else was there?
And I
There
have
was like
something,
a shit ton of them. There was like
We were both thinking about something about Black History Month too. We think it's kind of weird.
I think it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
What-
You ever notice this, everybody? You want me to tell them, or you want me, or
can
you
say
to tell?
it. Yeah, you can go ahead.
I thought this was fucking weird, but you ever notice that you can say what you want about Black History Month. Well, what about fucking, Purple History Month or Green History Month? It doesn't matter. What you need to think about is why Black History Month is in February, the shortest month of the year. Why February?
Right.
It's like, no, motherfuckers, we ain't giving you those extra 2 days.
That's so. I mean, I
Or
don't,
3 days, depending on what year it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I think that's kind of weird. I wonder if that's on purpose or what. Like, yeah, we'll give you a month, but it ain't gonna be the longest month.
I don't know. I think we would have to research that a little more because maybe there is a reason why it's in February. I don't know
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just thought it was kind of weird.
It is weird. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe there's something to the month of February. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But
Yeah, beats me.
yeah, man, I don't know. Things are changing.
Yeah, we're at
You can feel it in the air.
Yes.
Like you can feel it. Like I don't know. if you guys are feeling it too, let us know, because
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like me and you are alone in this. You know what I mean?
And the thing is like, I'm not like picking sides or saying this is the right thing or this is the wrong thing or anything.
Right.
I'm just observing the world.
That's exactly what we're doing on this show. We just observe. We have these are just our own little opinions, our own.
And you're right. Like, there's been a weird, I think we're in like a transition period.
Yeah.
In American history, if not world history, honestly, because the whole world's kind of in turmoil right now.
Right.
Like you look at anywhere, it's all fucking weird.
I heard the other day that like we're not waiting on World War III to happen. We are in World War III.
Oh yeah.
Like World War III has already started.
Dude, and I've been thinking a lot about the world wars and like how they started and shit. World War One, I don't know if you know, like we're not really taught much about World War One. Like, oh, they fought in trenches and they used chemical weapons. You know, that's all we know. But World War One was like a fucking. It was stupid, honestly. Like, it was so fucking stupid.
I think all wars are kind of.
Well, yeah. But what it was is like everybody had treaties with each other or, you know, alliances.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a Serbian fella assassinated the Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand. You know that band?
Yeah.
Well, Franz Ferdinand was like the Archduke of, you know, whatever Austria-Hungary Empire or some shit.
Yeah.
But his assassination kind of like tipped off World War One. Well, Austria-Hungary had an alliance with Germany. So Germany had nothing to do with any of that. They're like, well, Austria-Hungary is going to war with Serbia, so we got to help. You know, we got a treaty. And like it just started a domino effect. Everybody's treaties start kicking in. Next thing you know, Europe's at war with everyone. Everybody's fucking at war with each other. And they don't even know why.
It's just sad, man. It's just sad.
And I think mandatory reading, it should be fucking mandatory for every person that ever steps into a school anywhere. It should be required reading to read War is a Racket by General Smedley Butler. It's only 19 pages, I think. 19 pages. That's it. But it's this general who fought in like, I think, like the Mexican-American War, Spanish-American, whatever. Like, I think he was a little after the Civil War, but you know, he was a general and fought in all those wars, including World War One. He's like, hey, this isn't about like fighting or anything. This is all about making money. And he like lays it out for you. Like, it's crazy. You got to read it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, look, it's going to happen again. I can see everything heating up in Europe right now. And he was talking about World War II.
Yeah.
And he was right.
That's wild.
He was dead by the time that happened, I think.
But you know what the sad part is most wars, if not all wars, have something to do with money.
Oh yeah.
And or oil or
resources.
Right? The resources. And that's so fucked. We are all the same species.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we be just helping each other out?
Yeah.
Does that, you know what I mean? Like, let's all, like, it kind of goes back to like peace on earth.
Yeah.
You know, like world peace. Like, why is it so fucking hard for people to get along?
Dude, and you know, I've often thought about that. And I think it's just, you know, humans are tribal. They really are.
And we're the reason why we're going to go extinct.
It's like even, you know, the Native American tribes, they're all human beings, but there's little differences between them, you know? So we're from this area or whatever. And they're always fucking fighting with each other and shit like that.
We're territorial. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. Well, tribal. It's like, and I think that's like a big thing to do with like the United States is like, I don't think anybody has a sense of belonging to anything. Like there is no tribes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a big economic zone.
Wow.
And I think, I don't know, because like you think your family, that's your tribe, you know?
Yeah.
You fight anybody for them, you know?
Right.
Well, there used to be, you know, an extension of that was your village, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, we're all like-minded families, stuff like that. And then, you know, so on and so forth, it branches out. But yeah, do you think about that ever?
Not really.
Crazy,
I'm
yeah.
kind of like mind blown right now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, all throughout history, humans have been tribal.
Damn.
And it's only like recently where, you know, especially in like the intellectual spaces and stuff like that, that it's coming out like, hey, no, tribal. There's no such thing as that, And I think if we ignore that, we do so at our own peril. I think we can all get along and still have our tribes,
Yeah.
I think there's a way to do that. I just don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's a way. Because, like, especially me, like, I don't dislike any other kind of people or anything.
Dude, me neither. Like, I don't care.
I really love other people,
Yeah, I don't care what race you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what beliefs you have. I'm gonna be nice to you.
Yeah.
Because
we're always.
Like, we're supposed to be kind to each other. We're
Exactly.
not supposed to hate each other for stupid ass reasons that they can't, I can't, none of us can control.
Exactly.
None of us asked to be on this planet.
Yeah, but we're here. We got to deal with it.
But we are here.
And
Like, do you think that those third world countries, those kids are being born, and then they grow up to be adults? Do you think that they asked to be here
exactly.
in that area? No, they didn't choose that. They didn't choose the color of their skin. They didn't choose the government they're under. You know what I mean? Like, they don't choose any of that shit. It's just why go to war with other people, with other countries? It's like, let's all work together. None of us asked to be here.
Yeah. And I think it'll be more efficient or something like that if we acknowledge that people are tribal, like, let's say, like, Mexicans want to hang out with, they like hanging out with other Mexican people.
Yeah.
Totally cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Awesome comes from that. I love, Mexican food and all that stuff. And, like, all ethnicities or whatever, they usually come, hang out together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could all do that, but we could still, work together somehow. I think
Exactly.
tension to be a little less with everybody's, has their own,
like,
their own tribe or whatever,
Okay, that's cool and all. Like, cool, do your thing. But when it comes to big problems
Yeah.
that you're facing, or that your country is facing with another country, how about we just get together and say, okay, how can we make this better for the
everyone?
entire
Yeah.
world?
That way everybody benefits.
Everyone benefits.
Yeah, because, like, there's too much of shit like that happening where it's like, we're going to do all these things, but only we're going to benefit from it. Everybody else is going to pay handsomely.
Yeah.
And
That's
like,
what it is. It's so stupid, dude.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes me so angry sometimes that I kind of just go, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Like,
And I think,
what's the point in going to work 10, 12 hours a day? Oh, to pay my bills and die?
exactly. And what's crazy is, I'm so glad we're talking about this, because I was having a conversation and I was like, hey, you know what the future is? The future is the past. And they're like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, think about your life. Like, your whole purpose in life right now is to go to work and make money so you can pay for utilities or whatever like that. What if I told you could do the same thing without having to go slave away in a factory and, have your soul sucked out of you? Not in the sexual way. but your job was to hunt, farm, and cut firewood so you could heat your house, feed your family.
Yeah.
And then your children take over for that, and it just keeps going and going. And I think the future is the past, because out of this whole, like, way the world works right now, like trade wars, all that shit, like, it's so stupid, dude. Like, we all just live off the land, homesteading and the shit like that, like they did in the olden days. I think that's the only way that the human species is gonna survive. I don't think this doesn't last forever.
No. Well, the human race is we're gonna be extinct. We're gonna be extinct. I mean, and obviously the sun is gonna blow up eventually, so the whole planet's gonna be fucked. But I mean, if we don't come together and actually work together to make the entire planet a better place to live, like, okay. Side note. How are we just? Are the LA fires just non-existent anymore?
Yeah.
Like, are we going to help them out? Or are we just going to keep sending more money over elsewhere?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, okay, the change starts here.
Exactly.
When I was in church steadily, they would always preach about like, you know, going on these mission trips to other countries and help the other countries. That's cool. I'm not saying that that's
Yeah.
wrong, but how about we start here in our own backyard?
Exactly.
Because change starts from within. So if we can't learn to work together just yet, then we start small. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making any sense.
No, that
but
makes
like,
total sense.
it's just like if the people in charge of, I don't care what country you're in, but if the people in charge of your country would just learn to go back to those simple ways and to just work together to make everything better. Not just America, not just Canada, not just, you know, China, you know, it's just any country. Let's all fucking just work together. We're all humans.
Yeah.
We all shit. We all piss. We all get sick. You know what I mean?
I certainly shit and piss.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's so simple, but nope. They got to be.
It's got to be overcomplicated.
It's got to be greed, envy, hate, fucking you name it.
And like, it's so crazy that you're talking like that. Because like, here's what I think. You know how the LA fires and all this, you know, the hurricanes, fucking nobody's helping anybody here.
Yeah, yeah.
And that makes me think like, whoever's in control of this country doesn't care about anybody here. They're just bleeding us dry for all our fucking resources, squeezing everything they can out of us before we collapse.
Yep. For what?
Exactly.
You're not going to take Donald Trump. You ain't going to take that money when
Yeah.
you die.
See, I think
and then years later, your children die. Your wife dies. Everybody dies.
yeah,
You're not taking anything with you.
exactly.
You could be the richest motherfucker on the face of the planet. Someone could just bop,
Yep.
done. Oh,
So what are you gonna do now?
Now what are you gonna do? You gonna buy your
I
life
know.
back? Can't.
And I'd like see if I was a good person and I did a lot of good things for the world, I wouldn't care if someone did that to me because I'd be like, cool, I left my mark. That guy looks like the asshole for killing me, you know?
I don't. Yeah, but like, what are you
But
gonna
if you're
do?
a fucking nasty criminal, fucking
But if you're a fucking billionaire
yeah,
And-
who did it by fucking people over.
by fucking people over,
Yeah,
why?
exactly.
What's that do for you? You already have all the money in the world. What else do you need? Why don't you help us out?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yep. And that's the thing. It's like,
Dude, we could go down this rabbit hole all day
no,
long.
it's good, and I think people really enjoy when we get into conversations like this.
I mean, it's been very heavily on my brain lately. Just like all the stupid ass decisions that everybody in charge makes.
Yeah,
And it's not even just the country. It's like your job play, you know, your work
Yep.
of
this
your-
is going to
your
affect
place
our
of
jobs,
work.
like
Yeah.
all the tariffs and everything going on. Like that's going to affect our jobs.
but that's what I'm saying. It starts I don't know.
And you know what you can't fuck up? Say, you know, all the tariffs and shit and everything, or all the cost of things are going up. You know what, you know who is not being affected by this? Like probably the Amish. You know, the people who live simple. Like they cut firewood to heat their home. They grow their own food. They collect rainwater. They fucking hunt a deer and then preserve it in salt for, 6 months. They could eat it over the summer or the winter or whatever. Those people, they don't give a fuck what happens in global trade.
No.
As long as the animals are still there, nobody, that's why I'm saying, like, the future is the past, man. That's the only way we're going to survive because this whole system is just fucked and it's going to fail, and it's going to fail soon.
It's going to fail.
So,
Something is going to happen. I've been saying this for months, maybe even years, but something is going to happen very soon. I don't know what, I don't know how, but we need to kind of start preparing.
yeah.
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
I think the best way to prepare is I've been doing it for a long time. They call it dirt time, being out in the woods and like practicing your survival skills or whatever.
Yeah.
I've been doing that a long time. Like I could survive for a little while out in the woods, but there's a lot of skills that I need to work on, like hunting, fishing, and shit like that. I don't know anything about that.
I can teach you how to fish.
Yeah, well, all right, cool. So there, I checked that off my list. Once you teach me how to fish.
Hell yeah. You
Hell
teach
yeah.
me your survival skills.
All
in the
right,
woods.
cool. We'll trade it off.
Hell yeah.
Because that's the shit that's valuable.
Right.
Like that's like, hey, sorry, but it's Great Depression 2.0, and you have to take a wheelbarrow of money to get one piece of bread or a slice of pizza or whatever.
Dude,
It's like, no, I don't want anything to fucking do with that. I'll go pick berries.
Yeah, for real.
And a lot, like 90% of the fucking population of the world have no idea how to do any of that. Like, dude, the people in the fucking Amazon right now, like the Amazon tribes, those motherfuckers don't know how good they have it. Like, we're looking at them with pity, like, we got cell phones and computers. You got sharp sticks and fucking, bows and arrows.
But they're probably
they're
most
going
healthy.
to outlast us.
Yeah, and exactly.
Like they
don't have
got
no
it figured out.
They don't have no chemicals in their foods.
Exactly.
They don't have no fucking pollution in the air.
Yeah,
You
or
know
some
what
of
I mean?
their practices barbaric, in some of the tribes. Sure.
Dude, you can't even fucking scratch a non-stick pan anymore.
Yeah, 'cause
without
you'll
getting 9,000 little particles in your body.
Yeah.
Fucked.
And they eat with their hands and they got dirt on their hands.
Come from the earth.
Yeah, I'd rather have that than some fucking shit off some.
We came from dust, we will return to dust, dude. That's what I always say.
Yep. Dude, so I think that's the future. So everybody watching right now,
I'm gonna have to get more beers.
yeah, dude. So everybody watching right now, if I had a recommendation, I would say a good place to start, someone who really inspires me, there's two people really, there's a fella named Dave Canterbury. And he used to be on this show on Discovery Channel called Dual Survival. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Remember there's the military guy and then the hippie dude with no shoes?
Yep.
I have both of their books. They're both the real deal, dude. Like so Cody Lundeen, he's the hippie guy that doesn't wear shoes.
Yeah.
He's like, if you're in a desert environment, like Arizona or something like that, that motherfucker, he lives in a house that's built out of like dirt. It's like a mound. And there's a tour of his house that looks like fucking $1 million house, but he just built it out of like dirt.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like on the side of like a hill or something. And like on top of his house, I think he like grows food on top of his house.
What?
Yeah, there's like grass on top of his house. It's crazy. That guy's the real deal. You know what's funny? Like, there's this old DVD. I think it's the Philadelphia DVD, Lamb of God.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the scene where Randy Blythe, the singer or screamer guy, he was they were on tour somewhere in Arizona or something, and there's a little section of this tour documentary. He's like, yeah, this book, I love this book. It's called 98.6 Degrees, The Art of Keeping Your Ass Alive. And it was written by him. This is before that TV show and everything. There's a whole section of like Lamb of God and the Cody Lundy and the hippie dude fucking making fire with sticks out in the parking lot.
Oh,
and shit.
that's fucking cool.
I was like, no way. And like after I was already aware of him, that's when I realized, oh shit, But that guy's the fucking real deal. Wealth of Knowledge. I have his book. And Dave Canterbury has a whole series of books called Bushcraft 101, which bushcraft is like a term for crafting out in the woods. I guess in Australia they call it the bush.
Yeah.
So that's why they call it bushcraft. But, how to make traps, how to make shelters and shit like that. Like I got real into that for a very long time. I haven't been out in a while, but I need to go out in a while. Like me and my buddy, Crazy John, Psycho John, I don't know, Juggalo John.
Yeah.
You don't know, but we built a fucking cabin out in the woods once.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what, man? We need to go out when it gets a little warmer and start running these little.
You feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. You feel like a fucking human when you're out there doing shit. You're like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do.
I think that's why I love camping so much.
Yes.
And like, I just took my wife camping last year for our first time camping together.
Yeah.
And she wasn't really, she didn't really think I knew what I was talking about. But like, I'm like, babe, you have to understand, I love being out in the woods.
Yep.
I know I'm a little pussy when it comes to bugs and shit, but I'm prepared for any type of bug. You know what I mean? Like, I know how to handle it. I can be a little bitch, but it's fine. But like, there's something about like building a fire or making your own food over the fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just shit like that. Just being out there, the smell, the feel. You just feel alive.
You can cook ramen noodles out in the woods and it tastes 10 times better than it does in your kitchen.
Hell yeah.
It just does. Like, steak out in the woods.
What I need to learn how to do is I need to learn how to like skin an animal.
Yes, that.
I don't know how to do that.
And you ever notice?
I can hunt, but I never did that on my own. You know what I mean?
I don't like, because I've been in like the survival circles or whatever.
Yeah.
Aware of that kind of shit. And the government, the mainstream media, all that shit is fucking, they will do everything in their power to make you look like a complete fucking weirdo for wanting to do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had a whole fucking show called Doomsday Preppers.
Yep, I remember
and they just found like the most like ridiculous people and like painted them to be complete fucking idiots. It's like, look at these crazy people preparing for fucking the sun to explode or whatever. It's like, that's not the fucking principle. The principle is they will be able to sustain themselves.
Exactly.
If society collapses. Like,
exactly. And it's fucking close, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's getting close. Like, just think about it.
And dude, it is very close. And like that reminds me, I got a Skatopia shirt on. Shout out to Brandon and Bruce Martin. Cool
Hell
dudes.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing Brandon talk in some interview or something. I don't know if you watch the show, Brandon, but if you do, tell me if this is right. But he like wants to turn it into a farm where it's like self-sustaining kind of thing. And I think that's a fucking awesome idea.
I think that's a great idea.
And dude, part of me just wants to fucking leave everything and then go down there and just fucking.
Do you know how many times I think about that on a daily?
Yeah.
I think about like, man, I just need to get my family and we need to go.
Yep.
We need to go off the grid. Get rid of my cell phone. Get rid of everything that that can track me. Have you ever seen Into the Wild?
Yeah. With Emil Hirsch or whatever.
Yeah, but what's the dude's name?
Something Supertramp Alexander.
Alexander Supertramp. Yeah.
Dude, that was a cool movie.
That movie inspired me when I first seen it years ago. That inspired me so much that I have to like, I'll literally watch this movie once or twice a year just to still like,
Damn.
Okay. You know what I mean? Like kind of get back in check with myself. Like, okay, I need to put my phone down for a little bit. I need to put my video game down. Unplug for a little bit. Because, I mean, granted, he was alone.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
That's why we're tribal. We need your tribe.
We need companionship.
I mean? Yeah.
Right?
We're social animals.
Mm-hmm. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy to think
if you would have had like 3-4 more people with them, like they would probably still be thriving.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
All those minds coming together for one common goal: survival.
That's it.
Not
how many followers you have on Instagram.
Yeah. It was like nowadays there is like, you ever notice? I know you have to feel this because I know everybody watching this probably has felt this at some point. You just feel like you don't have a purpose. Like, what's my fucking purpose?
Fuck, bro. I was literally just talking to my buddy about this yesterday when he was here. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's because half the shit, I don't know.
No, what it is all this shit that, our day-to-day life now, like everybody going to work, doing all this shit, slave to the money, your bills, that's not natural.
It's not.
That's not what you're supposed to do. Like this is a pretty recent thing. Like the economy, the way it works, like the Industrial Revolution was only like 130 years ago.
Look how fast things changed. Yeah.
We went from like, hey, we figured out how to like make cotton pick itself or whatever,
Yeah.
Or, separate the cotton, whatever. The cotton gin was invented,
Yeah.
Which made slavery obsolete. But that was in like the 1850s.
Good, because slavery was fucking bullshit.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other, rabbit hole. That's dumb. We'll go on that rant some other time. But
yeah,
dude, those the advancements, fucking, it was like we had a little campfire, right? And there's next thing you know, it's a nuclear explosion. Like that's how drastic the change is.
And it's only going to keep growing.
You ever wonder why so many people aren't like SSRIs and shit? It's like, why are so many people depressed? Why are people autistic or whatever? Like, this isn't the way we're supposed to live, dude.
Yeah, it's not.
This isn't it. I know it's cool having your toys, your smartphones, all that shit, but it's not natural.
Have you ever wondered, we look at screens all day long.
Every single second.
From the time we wait, even at my job, I have to look at a screen to make sure my machine is running. Like, I have to look at a screen for 10 to 12 hours a day.
Yep.
And then when I'm on break, I'm looking at my screen, my phone. watching a YouTube. Then I go back to my workstation, looking at a screen. Then I get home, plop on the couch, turn the TV on, while scrolling on my phone or playing a video game. I don't think our eyes and our brains are meant to do that.
They're not.
All day long.
They're absolutely not. And you know that reminds me of something.
Dude, we're going deep, man.
Yeah. There's this movie from, I think, 1925. It's a silent film. It's called Metropolis.
I've heard of that.
All right. So, you know, like
I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
So you've heard of Art Deco,
Mm-hmm.
that like design style.
Yep.
Well, a lot of it, you know, this movie kind of inspired a lot of that. So like the Empire State Building, shit like that design style. Well, the whole premise of the movie, I just watched it about a year ago. The whole premise of the movie is like, there's this thriving metropolis, big city up here with all these, you know, all the rich people are up there, but underground are all these like workers, and they have no idea what's above them. They just live underground. They're just like moving, keeping this machine going, which is the city above them. And they have no idea what's going on or who's in control or whatever. They're just doing their mindless jobs, kind of like us. And
you're about to blow my mind.
the guy, I think it's the son of the dude who's in charge of the metropolis, you know, goes down there and sees the conditions or whatever. He's like, hey, this isn't right. You know, he kind of like wakes up the people. And this girl wakes up the people too. They're like, whoa, what the fuck? And like, you know, they, you know, fuck the machine up or whatever. Everybody's happy, whatever. I could be, you know, it's a terrible synopsis of the movie. You should just watch it. It's really good. I know people have a hard time watching like silent films or black and white films, but dude, that was before like everything got so fucking, you know, shitty like it is today. There's always a fucking message today. Like,
Right.
it's like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess every movie has a message, but like, dude, yeah, check out old movies. Check out Metropolis and it's really cool. I know it got some like heat for like people saying, oh, this is like promoting communism, which I didn't get that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just showing like, hey, you know, your life means more than fucking turning this clock.
Yeah.
That's what the guy was doing, like pulling levers. He didn't know why he was doing it. He was just doing that.
It's just fucked.
Dude, it's a really cool movie. But that's gets to my point. It's like, this isn't natural. This isn't like how it's supposed to be, dude.
No, I mean, you're right. You're completely right. None of it's natural. None of it's
not fulfilling.
Exactly. The things that we do on a daily basis are not fulfilling.
It's like, oh, I wish I was rich so I can have a cool car. Why?
Yeah. What?
Hey,
what?
look, you guys see that I got a cool car?
Dude, I paid my car off 2 years ago, and I have the money to go get a new one, but I refuse.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do I need a new one?
So people think you're cool?
Yeah, my car works fucking fine. It gets me from A to B. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't know about everybody else, but I think the coolest thing in the fucking world is taking care of your family by your own hands. You know what I mean? Like picking the vegetables and chopping the wood. That's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'll look at that and be like, you're fucking cool.
Right. Let me kind of give you something to think about. So, do you remember back when we were kids, before we had cell phones, before cell phones were even a thing? Kind of shows my age. Anyways, do you remember the magazines?
Yeah.
Do you remember like our parents? I don't know about your parents, but my parents would always be like, you know, don't wrap yourself up into those magazines. It kind of contorts your thoughts because you'll be like, okay, the anorexia thing.
Yeah.
Like girls would look
like
at
tabloid magazines.
Yeah, girls would look at other girls in magazines and they would want to be like them. Magazines has switched over to social media. So now it's at our fingertips.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it gives you that false reality. Like, this is the world.
The false reality to make you think like there's 20-year-olds fucking millionaires and living this lavish life. And I'm over here at my job looking at this shit. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm getting
like,
envious.
I'm not. Yeah.
I'm getting envious. I'm getting jealous. Something that I should not feel.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Dude, like once you break, I know exactly what you're saying, dude. Cause like I felt like that before.
Like, why can't I just be content
Exactly.
existing?
Yeah. Cause you don't, there's no purpose.
There's no purpose.
It's like, yeah, that guy has $20 million, but like take that away. What does he have?
Nothing.
He doesn't have anything.
Nothing.
It's like
it's
you
just
take
something
away
to think about.
If someone took away my job and like my livelihood right now, I'd figure it out.
Yeah.
And I could figure it out outside the current system that the world lives in. Like if I went out in the woods, it would be fucking excruciatingly hard.
Yeah.
But I would survive at least for a while.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't need
It ain't
help
gonna
from
be-
anybody, you know?
It ain't going to be a cakewalk.
No, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah. It's
But
going to
it'd be
a
very rewarding because
Exactly.
nobody has control over you. It's like
Yep.
you're in control of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And right now you're not. You're beholden to all these people, your electric company, this, that, your car payment, house payment. It's like, dude, when you pay your house off, then you got to pay rent to the government every year. It's not your fucking house.
It's so fucked. Everything is so
Yeah.
fucked. Oh, you're making
So
me
like
mad.
the Native Americans, I think they had the good idea. They're just nomadic peoples. They didn't have cities or nothing like that. They just moved around, followed the resources, followed the buffalo,
I like to watch.
and they got in touch with their spirituality. You know, like
Yep.
that sounds like fucking heaven, dude.
Yep. I like to watch the chimpanzees documentaries, like the chimp empire or whatever,
Yeah.
because it's so. We obviously share, like they share 99% of their DNA. It's the same as ours.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Pretty
yeah.
fucking close. I'm not saying we came from them.
I guess we're genetically
you-
closer to pigs than we are primates.
Oh, really?
Again, I don't know where I read that, but yeah, that's what they tell
Well,
me.
maybe some people are.
They call humans the long pig.
Yuck. Why? Because we eat from buffets?
Well, dude, like we're so genetically similar. We're just tall pigs, bipedal pigs.
You know what? You just ruined my whole thought process. God
Go
bless it.
ahead, go ahead. dude.
Anyways, yeah. So I like to watch those kind of documentaries because it's
Yeah.
like, yo, they are literally living off of the land. They move around to wherever the fresh fruits are and the vegetables and stuff like that they find in nature where
Yep.
their home is. It's like the Native Americans, they did the same thing. And water. Without water, no one would survive.
Yep.
That's why there's humans on Earth, is because most of the Earth is covered in water. Isn't that
Yeah.
wild to think about?
Yeah, I know,
But
right?
yet here we are in our house, going to work.
Yep.
Oh, half our paycheck is going away right when you get it.
Yeah. Seriously,
Gas
right
is
when you get
$3 and something a gallon. Great. So I'm just working to survive long enough till I die.
Yeah.
That's literally
Yep.
the purpose.
And hopefully when you retire, you'll have enough money to live off of for maybe 10 years.
Hopefully you live that long.
Yeah, you might not make it to fucking retirement, considering
had-
all the shit poison that's in your food.
Everything. Because everybody, I say this all the time, everybody is looking out for themselves. Those company owners, they don't care what they put in the food.
That's because there's no tribe anymore.
There's no tribe anymore.
It's like you're not looking out for anyone. Except for your family. There's no extended family, which would be your neighborhood or your town.
How
Like,
cool would it be?
Everybody's
to
out
get-
for themselves. And like that, I think that's a problem.
How cool would it be to get everybody in the world and to just sit in front of one another and learn?
Yeah,
Learn from each other. Who cares what color? Who cares what
exactly.
you know what you believe in? Who cares where you came from or where you are now? Let's learn from each other to make the world a better place.
Yeah,
A better place for survival.
dude. And like,
Now you got fucking robots delivering food to people.
yeah,
How fucking weird is that,
dude, that
dude?
makes you so dependent.
We're
that if at
dependent
all-
on technology.
And if it goes away, I would bet 95% of the world's population would be dead within a couple weeks.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you know what society reminds me of? Have you ever seen WALL-E?
No, but I'm like
The Disney movie?
Yeah, the little robot guy.
Mhm. Watch it.
All right.
Because now they're all up in, they're up in the space station and everybody on that space, on the space station is dependent on a robot or technology. It literally, and they're in front of a screen 24/7. Then when Wally bumps into one of the like hover crafts that they're like rolling around in, everyone's overweight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everyone's overweight. There's
So
not a
it's-
skinny person on the ship.
So it's the United States of America.
Yeah. So he bumps into one of the rolly things that they're on, and the screen shuts off, and one of the ladies are like, "Whoa!" Like looking around her, like, "Whoa."
The real world.
No, you're right. Like
Yeah, reality.
reality, and it's like, dude, if we're not careful, that's gonna be us.
Oh yeah, and like we're on the autobahn going 200 kilometers an hour heading towards it right now.
Heading towards it. They're thinking about going to Mars
Yeah,
and like putting the American flag on Mars.
dude, you go to fucking Mars. Anybody who goes to Mars is stupid because there's no way to sustain yourself.
No.
It's like you're putting all your eggs in one basket, and I think that's what we're doing as a society. Is like we're so dependent on these things, you know, our current financial system and how we get our resources, so on and so forth, industrialization. We're so dependent on that if it went away, like I said, I think 95% of the world would die within a month, couple weeks, a month, because nobody knows how to take care of themselves.
It's a dog eat dog world.
Yeah, and that's when, you know, the fucking bad side of tribalism comes out.
Yep.
Then people are fighting each other. Everybody's enemy, and like
We
need to mitigate that now.
I got asked the other day, "Hey, have you ever thought about getting a firearm for your house?" I said, "No." "Well, why not?" "Why would I take another person's life?" Like, "Well, what if they came into your house and like it was either your family or you?" And I'm like, "Listen, if someone came into my house, of course I would defend,
Yeah.
but I would never take another man's life. Never. I wouldn't. I refuse to do that because clearly the person is going through some shit.
True.
Take whatever you want, man. Just leave us alone. Take whatever you want. Materialistic things don't fucking matter.
No, they don't.
They don't. You want some money? I'll give you some money. It's just paper.
You know, you're right. When it comes to that, I guess
You get what I mean?
if someone wanted to steal shit from me out of principle, I'd be pretty pissed. I would want to, you know.
100%.
I wanna do that.
I'm not saying I'm like, oh, take whatever you want.
But yeah, I totally
Of
understand
course
what you
I'm-
mean. Like there's that line. Like when does it become, all right, I have to defend myself. It's either you or me.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to choose me. If this guy's
Right.
trying to hurt me, I got no problem pulling you know.
Right. I wouldn't.
It's not like something I want to do. I don't.
I guess what when it comes down to it is you would have to really have some real enemies.
For that even
For
to get
that
to
to
that
even
point.
happen.
Or like random acts of violence, you know.
Right.
It's like for that purpose, I would disagree. I would say, yeah, of course, I would, you know, put a few holes in someone if they're trying to hurt me or someone I love or potentially kill someone I love.
Right.
I would have no problem and I would sleep like a baby. But
See,
when it comes to material shit, if someone's like, "Give me your wallet," I was just like, "Give me your wallet."
Oh, that was good. That was good.
But I'd probably just give my wallet because like it's all right. It'd be inconvenient for me to like, you know, cancel all my cards and fucking get new ID. That would be far
Yeah.
less inconvenient than going through the fucking court system and have to prove that I defended myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not worth it.
No.
But like
Maybe
I totally
maybe
get what
that
you mean.
was-
It's like I guess it's case by case basis, but I totally understand what you mean. Totally.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just this whole system, everything in this life is just kind of fucked right now.
Yeah, and then everybody knows it. You know how I know everybody knows it is because compared to me in like certain respects, like as far as like, you know, crazy abstract shit like this, like I've been seeing it for a long time, but the fact that someone like you, not saying you're a normie or whatever,
Right. No, I get
but
what
like
you're saying.
someone like you who's like, you know, your life is completely different. That doesn't affect you, or you know, you don't even think about stuff like that. The fact that that's on your radar now,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah. 100%.
yeah. So I think better late than never. Like I know you can sit and wish that you fucking started storing food or whatever 10 years ago. Well, you didn't. So you got to do what you can now. And every little step you take is just going to benefit you in the long run. I think storing food, that's good. Everybody should have food.
Right. I think
Even me, like I talk and I say that we should store food, but I don't. If I got like a couple cans, you know,
right.
I need to get some storable food.
We'll
lasting.
yeah, I mean, we'll leave you with this to all of our viewers and whoever's.
Well, before we go after this, I got a couple things. But
yeah. But we'll leave you with this conversation. Just be prepared. Start preparing now if you haven't. Obviously we don't know everything. We're just sitting here bullshitting. That's what we do on the jam.
That's why we call it the jam. We're just jamming.
But we want you guys to know that, like, just, be kind to everybody. You don't know what people are going through. We don't want more hate in this world.
Yes.
And it starts within. So don't get wrapped up in social media and being envious like I occasionally do. I catch myself, man. Like, we can change. We can be the change that we want to see. If you guys are feeling the same way we are, it's obviously time.
Yeah.
It's time to kind of take a step back, unplug, and say what's really going on here.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, and I totally agree, man. Like, be good to one another, and keep in mind that everybody else is in the same reality you are, where they're going to work day to day. They don't feel like they have a purpose either, or they're just completely oblivious to everything and having a good old time, which, there are exceptions.
There are people like that, yeah.
But have a little compassion for everybody. Like, no matter what differences you have, we're all on this ball of dirt together. And we're all trying to figure it out.
Exactly.
And we're all going to be punished for whatever happens. If, like, all this shit comes crashing down, everybody's hurting. It's not just going to be you. It's going to be everybody. So you need to build all the alliances you can.
100%.
Because that's another good thing about community, and the fact that we're social animals is like, hey, I'm really good at fucking building huts out of sticks, and this guy's really good at making fire. And Susan, Jim Bob's wife, knows how to make bread out of fucking maple leaves or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's
community. All come together, share resources and knowledge. You can thrive, survive.
Yep.
But I'll leave you this. Check out 98.6 Degrees, The Art of Keeping Your Ass Alive by Cody Lundeen, and check out the Bushcraft 101 series of books by Dave Canterbury. Those are the two things you need to read. And if you get on YouTube, look up Dave Canterbury, and there's like this seminar he does. It's like an hour long of him talking. You'd be like, fuck, I need to get it in. Like, he's not talking like, oh, the world's going to end. He's like, look, if you're hungry and there's no store, you're fucked. So you need to start thinking of it. He's not saying, well, this is how the store's not going to be there. He's just saying, hey, these are skills that you should need, or you do need. But yeah, he doesn't take like a political angle or anything like that. He's just like, hey, like, these are skills that are worthwhile and they'll keep you alive. Same with the hippie dude, Cody Lundeen. He's cool. Yeah, check those out, because those really inspired me. And watch Corporal's Corner on YouTube too. That's awesome. He's like a fun guy. He'll, like, go to the dollar store and, like, he's got $10 to spend. He's got to, with his $10, he's got to find shit to survive for a night, including a meal.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, fun shit like that. But if you want, like, the serious shit, like, all right, this is whatever, read Cody Lundeen's book and then check out Dave Canterbury's books and videos. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
To lighten things up a little bit, I'm keeping with the theme of bringing CDs and shit. Last time I brought Foo Fighters' debut album, The Tape.
Okay.
This, I know you never heard of this, but I got two. He just came out with another album, but I don't have that one. But this is Jerry Cantrell. He's his solo albums. So if you don't know who Jerry Cantrell is, he is a guitar player / vocalist for a band called Alice in Chains.
Oh.
And
didn't he die?
No, Lane Staley died. He was the lead vocalist.
Oh.
Yeah, like, our Alice in Chains is known for their harmonies. Mm-hmm. They, like, harmonize.
So he was the
other singer. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But after Alice in Chains broke up, he, in the late 90s and early 2000s, he recorded a couple solo albums, and I kind of, like, hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it. I actually kind of like these more than some of the Alice in Chains stuff. And the first album is called Boggy Depot. I don't know what that means, but there's a lot of fucking great songs on there. And this one's called Degradation Trip.
I'm gonna have to check these out.
There's, like, it's really good. Like, they're all over the place.
Tight.
Like it's, some of it's heavy, some of it's like really cool, piano music, whatever. It's all over the place, but it's so good. Jerry Cantrell is one of the most talented motherfuckers ever to walk the face of the earth.
Oh, Roadrunner Records, that's tight.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you know what's funny about Roadrunner Records? So they used to be called Road Racer back in the 80s and shit.
Did they really?
And some of their big bands are like King Diamond, which I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I know. I actually know who King Diamond is. Yeah.
The first time that any Roadrunner Records artist ever sold or got a platinum album was 1993's Bloody Kisses from Typo Negative. And like that kind of like fucking brought them into financial success until the year 2001 when they signed. Well, not that they signed this band, late 90s.
Yeah.
But then that's when like they started making real money. They signed this band called Nickelback.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And like they're like a fucking metal label, right? But
Right.
They signed Nickelback and they're like, oh fuck, we're making money now.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, that was cool. And then eventually Slipknot joined, all that shit. Like, dude, Roadrunner Records has got all kinds of good shit.
Yeah.
On this album, there's a guy right here. His name is Robert Trujillo. He played bass on this. But you might know him. He's like one of those musicians that's played with everybody. Like he was
like
in
a Hyron.
Yeah, he was in Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh shit.
He was in Ozzy's band for a while. He was in Black Label Society. And in 2003, he got paid $1 million to join the band Metallica, and he's been there for over 20 some years now.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been their full-time bass player for 20 years.
Yeah, what's the other one?
The other one, this is a Christmas gift I got for my buddy Richie. And like we get funny Christmas gifts for each other. He doesn't know. I don't think he even watches the show, but he doesn't watch anything though.
Yeah.
But we always listen to like these funny songs by this guy David Allan Coe.
Oh.
You know who he is?
I know him. I know him from You.
Yeah, well, dude, his story is so interesting because like he was in like prison for something for like a long time.
Like Ronnie Radke.
Yeah. He was in prison like back in the 60s or whatever, and he like would write songs and send with Johnny Cash.
Oh, that's tight.
And Johnny Cash like liked his song, so he like got the governor of Tennessee to pardon him, and then he became like a big country star.
That's so cool.
Isn't that great? But in the late 70s and early 80s, he came out with some like real edgy albums, and this is a compilation of them, and they're called X-rated albums. But all the songs on here, I'm going to read you some of them. And you're going to be like, what the fuck? But this is like, some of them are really good.
Yeah.
Like it's real funny, but there's a lot of like edgy ones too. I'm going to read some off. Rock and Roll Fever, which sounds fine, whatever. It's got some edgy lyrics. Panheads Forever, that's about, motorcycles. Track 3, I'll just put blank fucker. Use Your Imagination, which is kind of funny. His drummer happens to be a man who is African American and wrote the song with him, which is funny. But on the surface, you'd be like, "What? What?"
Oh wow!
But if
Let me see this.
Yeah, if you actually, yeah,
Oh my god!
If you actually listen to the song, it's pretty degrading towards himself and like putting people of a different kind.
Ew, dude! I don't.
He's reading the track.
Pick 'em, lick 'em, stick 'em. Don't bite the dick.
Oh, I wish you could hear these. Are so funny.
I don't even know if I'm going to say it. Little Susie, Shallow Throat. I'm done.
This is like a mainstream country artist, dude.
I'm done.
Here's my favorite track on there is track number 12, Pussy Whipped Again.
Is that the song you were singing?
Yeah, I
when
was
you
singing
came
it
over?
before when we were sound checking. I was singing it.
Give us a little taste.
Pussy whipped again. Fine mess got myself in. Trying to be your buddy. Trying to make a woman my friend.
Oh my god.
And he's like, heaven knows when she sucked my toes, I was pussy whipped again.
Yeah.
That's fucking
drugs.
Cum stains on the pillow.
Yeah, drugs.
Linda Lovelace, which is a fucking porn actress or something from the 70s. Fuck Anita Bryant. Which I listened to that song. I don't know who Anita Bryant is, but I'm assuming she's some anti-gay like politician or something from back then.
Yeah.
Because like the whole song is him talking about how he loves his gay friends and shit, but it's like way more vulgar than that.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is all I got to show.
Oh yeah, masturbation blues. It's fucked up.
That's like post nut.
Oh shit, yeah.
Look at that thing.
E.T.
Yeah, dog.
Stone Cold E.T. You ever seen Stone Cold E.T.? Where the fuck did you find that?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Five Below.
Really?
Yeah, it was just sitting there. I'm like,
I need
what?
that. Let me see.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. They even got the yellow finger.
Look at him. He's rocking out the pussy whipped again.
All right. Well,
Dude.
this has been a great episode.
Yeah,
buddy.
man. I don't know. It felt like a longer one,
Yeah, 100%.
but that's cool. That's cool. We had a good time.
Yeah, we'll leave you guys with just remember, if you were listening or watching to this time,
Yeah.
remember what we said, man, because things are getting fucked up out there.
Yep. And it's happening fast, really fast.
Happening fast, and it's only going to get worse.
Hopefully it doesn't, but it's not even necessarily who's in power or whatever. It's like this isn't designed to be like sustainable long time.
No.
Long term, not long time. Long time.
Yeah, long term.
But
anyways, we will catch you guys next week. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it.
we really jammed today, didn't we?
We
On the
did,
jam
man.
with Brock and Dan.
Yes, sir. We did.
I'm
jam.
Brock.
I'm Dan.
And you've been a great audience.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Hope you guys have a good, safe work week.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
Shout out to Skatopia.
Shout out Dixon Flannel Company.
Dicks on, dicks off.
All right, guys.
See ya.
Bye.